What is up, everyone? I'm Chris Knight. This is the Bad Batch Roundtable here on Khaos Central, and we actually kind of got somewhere on this episode, I think. I'm not sure. We're going to talk to the panel that we have here tonight, and we'll see what they all think about it. Let's start by introducing everybody. Dandelion Fluff, you can start.
Sure. Dandelion Fluff. I mostly hang out in chats and occasionally come here and give my 2 cents worth. Maybe 1 cent.
You guys have a cent up in Canada, don't you?
We don't have pennies anymore, no.
Oh, you don't? So you can't give me 2 cents.
My nickel's worth.
Okay.
Toonies worth, loonies worth, whatever you want,
I
man.
don't know. Okay.
I don't know what my opinion is valued at. Probably like a nickel. We'll go with a nickel.
Okay.
A Canadian nickel, not even an American nickel.
Nah, your opinion is valued. Don't worry about that.
Mine is not valued. Everybody thinks what I say is crap, so it's all right. Anyways, Danny, go ahead.
I'm Comet Chat. You can find me here on the round table. And of course, last night we had our round table, and that's kind of juggling those 2 shows. But other than that, Monday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can find me on Khaos Central on one of the 3 shows that we have. And of course, tomorrow night, the Hangout, ACStar channel, and also OOC, depending on what those topics will be. I may or may not be on there. And last but not least, Sunday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Storms Live with Robert Storm.
All right. And Anzo.
What up, Bigger Ford Entertainment? You know, all the shows tomorrow night will be the OOC. And I am not sure what the topics will be, but hey, I'll have something, so make sure to check it out. Thanks for having me.
All right. And Shifty.
Maybe not.
Season 4's... What was that?
No, he said cop bashing, and I said maybe not. I don't know.
I was going to say more gay bashing, but sure.
Good. Get off of that topic.
That might be appropriate. And we will continue to.
Okay. And Shifty, who is Season 4's Name That Tune champion.
More like Season 4's Jackass.
Well, no, don't worry about it. No, we're all jackasses.
See, I know how Shifty won. Shifty had the Shazam app on.
No, Shifty always knew. Shifty always knew what the song was when he was just hanging out with me in the chat.
Aerosmith is serious business.
I just told you the secret.
Shazam.
No, because if you do Shazam, here's the problem. You have to have it actually get it right and then buzz in time. And in that game, trust me, too often it's
he
like...
buzzes in and he kind of...
And Shazam never
I think it's...
No. I pause it.
Yeah.
And it's normally not enough time.
Yeah, there's not enough time for Shazam to get it.
Because, trust, that's why we have certain times on it. That...
Yeah, do the joke, right? You are bound and determined to fuck it up, ain't you, Chris?
I know all of them. Like, no, it doesn't work that way. No.
He gets the answers from someplace else. I'm not saying he doesn't get the answers. I'm just saying I doubt it's Shazam. Maybe it is.
You didn't learn that hecklers in the audience. You try to ignore it first, and then we have to turn our attention to and just destroy. Try not to destroy you. Let the joke flow.
And we all know Shifty's a cheater anyways.
Well, no. But the only thing I
said also,
you almost said
not me.
He's like, no, never, not me, no.
The only thing I've ever cheated at is Murder Mystery House. That's
I don't believe anybody that
got Murder Mystery House
that got an avatar as co-commander
is not a cheater. Facts.
How do you cheat a Murder Mystery House?
There's a thing called Google.
Oh, you can Google that fast? Yeah, see, I can't Google that fast.
I don't know, but that timer on that, I can't see any way to make it worth it.
I've tried. It only works half the time. But the next maybe this week. I don't know if you're going to do it this week, but that next show with me and Deej and Anthony and whoever joins us, that's going to be a whopper.
Yeah, all 4 of the people who made it to the championship will be going up against Deej this weekend. More than likely, it'll be this Sunday.
So you can find me there.
to sit at home all day and listen to music instead of at the job working. I ain't got
No,
time to listen to music all day long.
Honestly, I barely listen to music.
Yeah, okay.
Hey,
No,
Johnny, sometimes these dudes hear 3 notes. Boom, boom, boom. I know what it is. Like, how the hell do you know what it is off of that?
The best one, we've had some that are close, but the best one was Ninja Rap with Tom, Midnight's Edge. He came on, and that whistle hit right at the beginning. He's like, boom, done, Ninja Rap. I mean, it was like, I don't even know if it turned to a second before he answered it.
The only reason I'm good is because I was raised on MTV and VH1, so that's it. That's the only reason.
Okay.
Shifty and good in the same sentence just doesn't even sound right.
Well,
It's cold in here today.
well.
Should I turn the heating on?
But yeah, you can find me there. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me maybe doing a Last of Us review this week. I don't know if I'll get around to it, but I might get one up. But that's it.
Okay, and I am Chris Knight. Real Review 3000 is my main channel. I do stuff on Haunstar YT over here with Danny and Anzo quite a bit. In fact, we were talking the other day really quick about adding something new on the channel. We'll discuss it some more, but I think we're going to do it. So stay tuned on that. Lots of stuff, though. And it's time to start the review here. So
Thanks
overall
for
thoughts.
stopping by
first.
Boosh. Just
Yes,
because he said he had
Boosh.
to go.
Thank you. Appreciate. So overall thoughts, please. We will start with Shifty. Shifty, please.
I really like this episode. This is one of my favorite episodes of the entire series, and it's another one that proves the case. This season, the best episodes are the ones that doesn't feature the Bad Batch in them. Crosshair episode, very good. Really great cliffhanger there. It's sparked some speculation as to who that girl was at the end of the episode. I can't wait to figure out who that is tonight.
You know who she is?
She's
No,
Yeah, that's the
she
doctor's
was in
assistant.
the last one. Yeah.
was she?
Yeah, that's the doctor's assistant. We don't know who the doctor is.
Oh.
Camino?
Well, did we hear her talk in the last one?
Huh?
Did we hear her talk in the last one?
Yeah,
Okay.
you remember when
Well,
the
I'm-
doctor was
So,
when the
I
doctor
don't
was
know.
telling her, maybe the episode before last, but the doctor was talking to the lady in Camino, and then he was kind of had a little exchange with her. She
I
was
guess
just
I
his
wasn't-
assistant.
Oh, because I was thinking, she talked a lot like Omega, and I was like, is Omega a clone of her? Or?
But we still don't know that doctor or either her name yet. But that's the assistant to the doctor.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Anyways, anything else?
No, I guess that just, okay. Kills that.
Yeah. Okay. Anzo, go ahead.
This episode was all right. It wasn't bad. It wasn't horrible. I'm just like, meh. So that's my take on it.
Very good. Danny?
I liked it because to me it proves, well, I think we're definitely going to see Bad Batch and Crosshair reunite because now they seem to kind of be on the same page because it looks like they're going to try and abduct Omega, and I'm pretty sure if they're on that same base where the Camino lady is at, that they're all going to come there and they're probably going to join forces and reunite, be one big happy family, and that's how the season going. They got to fight their way out of there and all this kind of stuff. So I think that's what's going to happen. So it shows that he has some kind of humanity now because he quickly befriended that guy and he saw what little value any of the clones have. So I think that's going to motivate him to
But
join back up
do you
with his
think
brothers.
do you think that they're going to put another chip in him? Because, I mean, he's like, I think maybe they might send him after Omega. I mean,
They may. That's possible.
yeah.
oh, yeah, that's an interesting idea that they send him to go get the girl.
Yeah, maybe fool
Maybe.
his brother like he's going to join them and then betray him at the end. That could be tight too.
Intriguing.
Okay. Alrighty. Now, Anzo, that was you already. And now it's Danny went, and now it's Dandelion's turn. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Why do you do these things to yourself? Why? Why?
Because people like it when I do these
I liked
things.
the
and they
show.
laugh
I
at
thought
me.
this was a good episode. I enjoyed the episode, and I can't wait to see more of that big energy monster that they didn't catch last time. Well, that they did catch, but not the Bad Batch.
Mhm.
I hope we get to see more of that because that was probably the most exciting thing that's happened all season.
I would say that my overall thoughts on it are the story really works well. It helped in basically you see where one character is, and then that's where the character that they're with the most during the episode, they used to be there, and then he actually gets he sees why that person has that viewpoint, and I think that helps a lot, and it made it very natural, the progression we saw until the end. It made sense why we got where we got at the end, so I like that a lot. Likes. Dandelion likes. What did you
What
like about
I
this
liked
episode?
most about this episode is that we have seen Crosshair twice in how many episodes is this now? 12
Mhm.
episodes? And he's got more of a story arc than the entire rest of the show in those 2 episodes. He's had, he's in a place, he's getting acted upon, and we can sort of see where he's going, right? We can see that he's either going to double down and be super evil, or he's going to decide to side with clones and either rejoin the Bad Batch or do his own thing, eating clones and kicking the Empire's ass. So that was great to see. I liked the interaction between him and the other clone that was already the one that the commander of the place. I like the interaction between them. Obviously, it was kind of nice because, he'd sort of given up on that sort of friendship aspect of being in a squad, because he'd given up on the rest of his batch in a sense. And so he'd sort of given up on all interactions. And so this guy kind of just automatically just welcomed him in a very, open way. We're all just clones in this together kind of thing. And I think that kind of broke past some of his defenses, just the guy being that open and inviting and stuff, which I thought was kind of nice. Anyway, I don't need to ramble on too much. We all have things to do, so I'll let someone else go.
All right, fair enough. Danny, what were your likes?
I love when he killed that lieutenant. That was the best part of the show. That sucker was so condescending and arrogant, and like he's better than when Crosshair decided to go ahead and pull the trigger. I was like, yes, should have done it 10 minutes sooner. But the friendship he developed with Mayday was pretty cool. I like that. And I kind of like how, I guess it's a little bit of symbolism. You know how the other Bad Batch, their uniforms look kind of colorful and bright. It's just black and kind of like Vader-like. I like the way that direction went on that. But yeah, I loved it when he killed the guy. That was excellent.
Okay, very good. Hanzo, any likes?
The 2 that Donnie had, that's about it. To be honest with you. Yeah.
I think we can all agree with Dandelion's point about the Crosshair of all of the Bad Batch is I mean, they could have.
Does Shifty not get to say anything?
No, I'm not. I'm just reiterating a point you made, and then he'll go. And that's how it goes.
This usually let everyone go before you.
I know, but I think that the point here is that what you said is completely right about Crosshair, in that they probably could have used the Bad Batch, the rest of them, as cameos and made it about him more. But whatever. Shifty, go ahead. Likes.
Okay, I like it because it had it's another episode that had a real Metal Gear type feel to it. I really like the whole story of Crosshair finally coming to his senses and seeing how the Empire is treating the clones and trying to phase them out, and yet him taking that shot on the officer guy was a great shot, especially if you notice he looked up at that bird, and then when he was holding the gun, the two rocks in the background formed wings when he was shooting that guy. So that was kind of a nice comparison shot there. But I still think that there's something going on with that assistant. She had the same voice as Omega, and I think we're going to find out that somehow Omega's tied to her for some reason. I don't know.
Did you check who the voice actor was? Was it the same voice actor? Because if it was the same voice actor, that might be a clue.
Yeah, it is. But I can't find no name. I've been searching here on Google for the assistant's name, so I don't know if they've really revealed anything yet about her. She's only had like a couple of lines from what you guys said, so I mean, I don't think we know too much about her, but she sounds just like Omega, so she may be another clone of Jango, or she could be who cloned Omega, who's Omega's clone from.
Would they need Omega then if they already had either the original person or the clone? I just thought the Omega was another clone of the other.
That's what I thought too. So I don't know. We'll see tonight probably.
You might be overthinking that one.
I might be overthinking, but
only because they haven't shown this level of proclivity for cleverness. So
yeah, but she's an assistant to a cloner, and she sounds just like Omega. So you put two and two together. I mean, it could be something. I don't know.
I think they're just cheap on voice actors in this show because most of the voices are by the same guy.
Probably because that senator that was a couple episodes ago, the blue lady, she sounded a lot like Omega too. So
maybe all cartoon characters sound the same in this show.
Well,
maybe
with the Clone Wars, the guy that's doing the voices for the clones did all the voices for the clones. So they're going to keep that up. But I don't think it's that many that are the same. Now, maybe the one chick is the same. I don't know. I gotta look it up. But anyways, anything else?
Not really. I'm just it was just a good episode all around, and I kind of liked it better than Mando actually last week.
You're crazy.
I can see that.
What? Yeah, that he's crazy. Absolutely, everybody can see that. Anyways,
well.
My likes, very similar to the rest of them. Like I said, how do you flip a character who doesn't seem like he's going to flip? We weren't really sure where Crosshairs was going to go this season, and he stayed very much, I'm a soldier, this is what I do, blah, 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 blah. And what it takes is a guy who used to be like him, exactly, because, well, they're clones, and that's kind of programmed and drilled into him. But it took a guy that was like him that changed, and then he sees how that person's being treated. And because he sees how that person's being treated, he realizes that, hey, they're going to do the same thing to me, especially at the end when they let the guy die right there on the landing area, and he finally kind of all clicks together. Now, I'm not saying that means he goes back to the Bad Batch, and I know the twist at the end, I did kind of like that I figured they put him in the break. No, they took him directly to this doctor. And so that is a kind of that, what are they going to do? So that was kind of good. That was a good cliffhanger. So, yeah, I mean, but very much what everybody else said too. I liked having Crosshair back. They're always really good episodes when he's in. All right, dislikes. Let's start with, I think, Anzo. You can start this one because I'm sure you're the one that has more to say about dislikes than anything else. But
no. There's nothing I didn't dislike about it either. You know what I mean?
Cool.
I mean,
it was just
it's just a man episode. There's nothing I didn't dislike about it. I mean, for me, I think maybe Star Wars fatigued or whatever. I'm just not feeling what they're doing with Star Wars because it's just been so man with me for now. So when I watched the Bad Batch and I watched Mandalorian, I just watch it like, okay, let me watch it for the round table. Not sure if I would watch them anymore if it wasn't for these. But I didn't hate the episode. There's nothing in it that I didn't dislike.
All right.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, Shifty.
I really don't have any dislikes either. It's good episode all around. I think it could have been longer, and I think I wish more episodes this season were as good as this one. I just, like I said, there was so much filler this season, and we're finally getting to something. It was like 12 episodes in or 13 episodes in, and it took too long to get the train rolling on this one. And they need to do better. It's just too slow.
All right. Danny, dislikes?
I could not stand that lieutenant. Like I said, I was glad when he got his. I don't know why, but I guess every time you see a snow plane, it makes me think of Hoth. I know it wasn't Hoth, but I guess I went Shifty. Other than that lieutenant that got his desserts at the end, that's something I really didn't like about the episode. And the way they do it in Clones, I don't like the way they're doing that. Kind of reminds me of like when the veterans came back from Vietnam. It reminds me of that. So I don't like that symbolism, I guess it is. But other than that, it's okay.
I think that's kind of the purpose on that for some of these people who are writing these. It seems a little dated because I'm not sure because we've talked about the age group this is probably being targeted to. Most of that age group wouldn't really have much of an idea about that. So I don't know if it's just trying to show a story that shows them how it was or what.
Could be paying homage. I don't know.
Well, I mean, that could also be just a commentary on the general disposability of like Amazon workers or any like low level person who just gets like thrown away and something new is brought in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I saw the direct correlation to that because people over there when we were in Vietnam, yeah. Then you got home and all these baby killers and all that kind of stuff. People being shown that kind of stuff, and then when he was looking at his other clones, they was like, "Well, what are we gonna do? We're soldiers," and that kind of stuff. Kind of that same Rambo, like what he was doing in the first Rambo, First Blood. That's the kind of vibe I got from this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Very much. All right, Dandelion.
Why did they bother saying you can't stay out in this armor for more than a few minutes? You will freeze to death. Only to be followed up by them spending like untold minutes, hours, something in the shitty armor, freezing to death. Like there was no, like, I mean, yeah, it was a struggle for them to get back and what have you, but why bother saying that, the armor provides no winter protection and then send you out in the cold with no, like, I mean, I've been out in the cold. If you aren't wearing enough, you will just freeze to death. Like, it's not like you can just like, tough it out or whatever. Like, it doesn't work that way.
No.
So that kind of bothered me a little bit. Like, you don't see them making any effort to dress more warmly in order to make it back, which I sort of thought was a bit of a, I mean, I know it was just supposed to be like suck it up-ness, but you can't just suck it up against the cold like that. It doesn't, bodies don't work that way. But anyway, that was probably the thing that bothered me the most, I would say. Just don't bother me. Don't say it. Just say, it's like super cold out or whatever, or this armor doesn't provide much protection. You don't have to say, oh, don't stay out for more than a few minutes. You'll freeze in that armor, right? Like, I don't know. I just thought it was a little inconsistent.
And then they stay out for how long and nobody freezes,
Exactly,
right?
right? You know, you understand about the cold.
Maybe they put on their thermal long johns before they got out. We just didn't see it. Maybe they did.
Sorry, Danny, I'm having a really hard time hearing you.
I said maybe they had on their thermal underwear and they did off camera. We didn't see it. I guess I don't know.
Possibly. I mean, even if they had taken something out of like when those crates got blown up, if they'd had a chance to like grab something warmer out of that, you know, I would have, you know, but just, yeah, it just seemed really like, why even bother mentioning it if it's like, if it's not actually going to come into play?
Did they say the name of this planet when it was en route there? I didn't catch it if they did.
I didn't either, no.
I'm going to say it's Hoth. That's what I'm going to say.
Could be.
I'll look it up here real quick.
What's the little things they were on in Hoth? The yaks or whatever the hell.
Anthas?
Tauntauns.
Tauntauns.
Oh, tauntauns, right. Yeah, they didn't have any tauntauns to spend the night in.
Mm-mm. And no lightsabers to cut one open, you know?
Yep.
I think
Although Crosshair
could
probably would have just like fired straight down the like
Barton 4.
Barton 4. I think I did hear that.
All right. Well, that's disappointing.
It's said right at the beginning when he comes up and says he's out of uniform.
Mm.
Anything else, Dandelion?
No, that's probably like the thing that really, I really enjoyed the episode, but that really, things like that really stand out for me, and they kind of, they take me out of the moment because I'm like waiting for that to be an important part of what's happening, and then it never was.
Mm-hmm.
So.
No, for sure. I don't disagree with that at all.
Don't bring shit like that up if it's not an element of the story, right? Like, we can tell it's cold, there's snow everywhere.
I will say that the biggest problem with Star Wars since the original trilogy is too much exposition or too much things they tell you that you don't need to know that actually hurt the story sometimes.
You know, they pull you out of it, right? Like, it felt like it was going to be an important part, and then, you know.
Then they just write through
it. That you don't need to know, and they took something away from you, Chris.
What?
I was going to ask the same question, Danny.
I said, what is something in the prequels that they said that we didn't need to know, and it took something away from you?
You didn't have to bring the midichlorians into it. We knew enough about the Force to begin with. You didn't have to do it. And I think it put way too much thought into it when overall it didn't play any real part into it. All you have to do is say that this kid is the strongest, because they can sense how strong people are. They established that. They didn't have to give us a scientific reason for it. It made didn't change, it didn't help anything along. That's all. And I mean, not everybody agrees with me. I don't expect everybody to agree with me on that. For me, that is the biggest problem I have, is because for years George Lucas said the original trilogy, he didn't put exposition into it, because if you didn't follow it and if you weren't on board, you just weren't going to be on board. And that's what he wanted. He wanted to throw you right into it and let you write it. And they did too. And it's little things here and there. It's just, I mean, whatever.
I mean, even if all he'd said was don't stay out too long, you could freeze to death. He didn't have to say it was anything to do with the armor. Like, I mean, I know it kind of only came up because there was better armor in the crates, right? That was the only reason they kind of brought it up. But it made me like, I don't know. It just kind of like it's such a small thing, really, but just kind of like took me out of the moment a little bit.
Earlier.
Anything else?
Nope, I said it was good.
Okay. So my dislikes, it's kind of the weather thing, but it's more the avalanche. It just was way too easy to get out of the avalanche, I thought, because the whole pushing his arm up. When you talk to people who have survived avalanches, I'm not saying they have to go way down into that hole, but they could have made it a little more believable. It's like, you know, and the fact that the guy hit his head on the rock you would have thought it instantly killed him. They could have left him there, or it could have been there and he could have carried him back as a dead person and said, well, you know, this is what happened, and they could have still followed that line. I like the way they did it. I'm not going to say that was wrong. Just it's the outdoor weather, the stuff like that. Yeah, it it kind of was a.
Maybe they just caught the last trailing edge of the avalanche. That's what I decided. That it
Well,
wasn't like the
that's
full
possible.
brunt
Yeah,
of the
'cause it
avalanche.
wasn't-
Just the last.
It wasn't
little
very
bit.
deep. So, I mean, maybe it just, I don't know. But yeah, it's nothing major. Nothing that really killed the episode. So, all right. Finally, we're going to talk about our grades and if you have predictions and any last thoughts. So let's start with Danny. Danny, grades, last thoughts, predictions.
This gets a B for me. I think I heard two plausible outcomes of this. I believe that either he will join the Bad Batch, reunite with them, or the idea that Shifty had that maybe they'll put that another chip in his head and then he goes after Omega, and either one of those are plausible or believable. I wouldn't mind seeing either one. So I think one of those two outcomes will possibly happen.
Okay. Shifty.
Either an A- or B+, right around there. I think, I think the chip thing is going to come into place tonight. Maybe they're going to put a new chip in him, and he's going to go back to the Bad Batch and get Omega, probably. I just looked it up. The name of that lady is Mary Carr, but there's really no information about her other than her first appearance was the episode before, so we don't know much about her yet. Yeah. But hopefully, there might be a twist coming up with her, and once Omega gets captured, so we'll find out.
Okay. And Anzo.
I'm gonna give this episode a B. Like I said, I didn't hate it, didn't love it. Don't really care enough, or have been paying too much enough to come up with predictions. So I'll just wait and see what they do.
All right.
I should point out. I should point out that this is going to be the shortest episode of the season, only like 23 minutes long. So might not have a lot happening tonight, but we'll see.
Oh, and one more thing. It's better than Andor.
No,
I concur.
no, not even close.
I see.
Yeah, it's not even close. Andor is bad compared to that. I agree with you.
And Andor is great.
Excellent statement.
I enjoyed Andor.
I did too. I mean, so you're outnumbered this time.
I see what
That
it
doesn't
is.
matter.
Not everyone's gonna like everything. It's all good.
No, I totally understand though. I understand why people don't like Andor. I do.
Yeah, because we're not smart enough. It's smart.
No, you see, I knew you were gonna pull that shit on me. No, I did not. No, I understand.
The black man can't comprehend something
you know what I'm saying, Danny?
diverse.
What are you talking about?
Complex.
No. It ain't just you two doing it. It's lots of people saying that, and they aren't all black and they aren't all white. There's a bunch of different people out there.
I wish Anzo and Danny wouldn't even come on now. They can't
Wow, you're being racist against even more races, Chris.
Thanks. What the hell are you?
You see? Even Dandelion sees what's going on.
Man, this is a white man's burden right here, man. This is a white man's burden.
I'm tired of dealing with this.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my goodness. All right, let's just leave that line of conversation.
Yeah,
let's just like push that away and never talk about it again.
Dandelion, grades.
I'm going to give it a B minus,
Okay.
B minus ish, because this show overall doesn't deserve anything over a B. So I'm going to go with my high score of a B minus for this one. And as far as things that might happen, I really want to see that energy monster again, because they grabbed that sucker for some reason. I mean, I know it was because it had been cloned and stuff, and obviously they're collecting.
Yeah, but it's the reason, yeah.
Absolutely. It was a little more aggressive when it was smaller than when it was big. To me, it did.
I don't think they had as much opportunity to be aggressive. I think it was just looking for energy, and once it found some, it got like fat and drunk.
Something called
it turned from like, young virile Elvis into like old fat Elvis. Maybe.
Well, young Elvis is better than fat Elvis. I can tell you that.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
I was just trying to think of some analogy that really made no sense.
I can tell you
Anything
that.
else?
Other than
Old
that,
episode.
I presumably they'll either, I guess they'll probably find Omega and kidnap her, and then they'll have to get the whole gang back together, including Rex and Echo, to like go and rescue her. Maybe a bunch more people. The
Maybe
kid
even
from the
Sid.
mine planet.
Maybe see it
Other
grow
stuff
heart.
like that, and they'll like pull all these horrible raggedy threads of non kind of continuity together for some like big old like thing. I would like to think there will wind up being some reason why they've done all this dumb shit all season, and it wasn't all just throwaway episodes. Because the only two things it could be were throwaway episodes. They didn't give the Bad Batch direction in any of these episodes. They didn't find new purpose or head towards a goal or anything. It was just introducing characters or just like,
I think they're going to have Sid double cross them, and that's going to be their excuse for all the.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but I'm saying that they overplayed that because they made them like not complete mission after mission after mission after mission. Hey, David, what's
I
going
got a
on?
question. I got a question. What are the odds that maybe next season that they might bring in Grogu into the show because with the whole cloning thing, they find out that he's they're going after Grogu and they're the ones that hide him.
No.
I wouldn't hate that.
I don't even think they're gonna be a season 3 of Bad Batch. God, I hope not.
You and me both.
Well, they need a purpose or there's no point, right? Like I said, we've had 2 episodes this season with Crosshair, and he's got a better arc than anybody else from the entire rest of the show.
I don't think we're gonna see one because I just seen a clip. I didn't send you down line, but Kevin Feige said they are gonna cut down way back on the shows that they put on Disney Plus. So I don't think we're gonna see this for a minute, if at all.
That's Kevin Feige. That's Marvel.
That's okay though. I won't be disappointed if they don't have another season.
The whole Disney Plus, where it said channels, everything. They're going for more quality versus quantity. I think that's going through the whole gamut because Bob Iger was very displeased with the situation when he came back. So I think they're going to do that across the board. If they do that and make better movies, I'm all for it.
Yeah,
I think it's more of a Marvel than Star Wars.
Yeah, I won't be disappointed if there's no more seasons of Bad Batch. Like I'll keep watching it because it's there and I don't have anything else to do. But I'm not that committed to it, right? Like there's been shows that have been canceled that I've really been into, but there's nothing to be into with this show, right? You don't want to know what happens next. You're like, something might happen next. Probably not.
All I really care about is The Mandalorian and it's Ahsoka. Everything else is taking a way back seat.
Yeah.
Well, the Acolyte.
Garbage. Oh my god, if Ahsoka
The Acolyte. I think you'll be into the Acolyte when it comes out.
Not interested. Ahsoka.
What's about?
If Ahsoka's garbage, I do not want to see no more Star Wars. I'm done.
Well, I mean, the Acolyte's
is going to be a big. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
The Acolyte's going to be about the Sith and Jedi. So I mean, that's
but not in the same way that in the same light. I think that we're wanting.
Oh well, it's the High Republic, but
Yeah, and
so you want to see Revan? You think?
Maybe, I don't know.
That would be fun.
They put Revan in it though. Do you know? Again, the problem that Disney has is they take and put characters in these shows and stuff, and yet they get chastised for it because they don't follow per direction everything that people expect for it because there's already an expectation for it. Anyways, I mean, to Hanzo's point, I think Ahsoka is going to be one of those shows that has to hit. And I think Danny said it too. The Mandalorian, I think, is good, and I think it will be good. I just I think Ahsoka's really got to give us that full-on Jedi experience because we just haven't had that forever.
Did
They
you see
could
that
have
report
passed last
today?
season with the Luke Skywalker moment. They better not drop the ball.
That's the key right there. I mean, I think they're getting by right now in the Mandalorian because they're showing us Mandalore stuff and a lot of that stuff. But we'll see. And I mean, they're making Grogu more of a Jedi now, so whatever. We'll see with that. But anyways, my grade is I'm going to give it a B-. It was very strong. But again, to Shifty's point, too late. And they just have to listen. They have to string together multiple episodes with the same intensity for at least 5 or 6 episodes in a row, not one here, one there. And this is
episode 12, right, Chris?
Yeah. This is
so you got what, 4 more?
4 more. So they've got to finish this whole thing in 4 episodes, and they've got to stay strong on it. So I think my predictions is that we're going to see the Sid double crossing probably next week.
She'll probably just steal a kid. She'll steal Omega.
Well, I think she'll steal her, give it to those people. She'll end up at the facility that Crosshair's at. I think that it was Echo, right, that left with Cody.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be Echo and Cody and a few other troopers or clone troopers who find them.
They could
and then
they could do it in 4 episodes because if you remember season 7 of what was it? Clone Wars. The first 3 episodes was crap.
Yeah.
But then they finished off strong with Ahsoka fighting Maul and all that kind of stuff. So
the first 3 episodes was awesome where they had
not with the sisters. No,
that was the middle 3. The first 3 was about the chip conspiracy. Those were really good.
Well, the ones with the sisters was
those were the middle 3.
Did anyone eat pie today? It's Pie Day.
Oh my God. That's a loaded question.
Wu-Tang pie.
Not that kind of pie. No, it's March 14th, 3.14. So pie, like pie day. Yeah. You're supposed to eat pie though. So, go eat some pie, people.
It would be nice.
Isn't it always?
Yes.
But I think that, they can, but will they? Because right now I expect a total, just snooze side quest in the middle of one of these. I really do. They don't need to do that. They've got plenty. They have 4 episodes that they can knock out of the park and make at least the last quarter of this season really good. We'll see. I don't know. I don't dislike the show. I want more for it, though. I certainly do, because it has potential. The Clone Wars is a great show, and that show, this could be made into something like that, but yeah.
This show is on life support, and the only thing is keeping it alive is JJ.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
I think Wanda Sykes is going to show up and save the day.
Oh God. No.
Anyways, all right, guys, that's it.
Go through your
the polls. Yeah, sure, we can do the polls. The first one was: did you like this episode of the Bad Batch? It was really good. Yes. How many episodes left? And no. Surprisingly, no got 0%, but it was really good. Got 41%. Yes, they liked it. 33%. And how many episodes are left? 25.
Mm-hmm.
Is it cold where y'all at? I'm about to freeze.
It was in the regular in the stream chat.
Yeah, 32 degrees.
And then what is your grade for this episode of the Bad Batch? B minus, B or B plus got 46%. C minus, C or C plus got 46%. A or A minus got 7%. And for 2, I think this is the second episode in a row maybe, that there was no F, D-, D, or D+,
It
which is
doesn't stink, but boy, it's close to
Yeah.
it.
Well, the last two episodes have been somewhat interesting.
It's like the
Yeah,
grass right
so-
beside the pile of manure.
and you're having a picnic on it. Anyways,
Trying not
that
to
is
step in
it for this episode of the Bad Batch Roundtable. 4 more to go, guys. Next week, hopefully we can be right on time with Sunday. We'll see.
Have you done any of these on a Sunday? Like one of
Yeah.
them? 2 of them?
1 or 2.
Sundays is hard, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Just depends. And I have to navigate it with on how many people we can get on.
Then we got
Yes.
the Iron Chef down there that cooking pot roast and
Well, I mean, it's Sunday dinner. I gotta have something special.
oh my god,
Sure.
they have some bologna sandwich and some chips and soda. And,
I guess you could roast your bologna. You could get a loaf of bologna and roast that, some barbecue sauce on it or something.
Yeah, if anybody's still eating bologna, I'm disappointed in you guys.
I'm not eating bologna. I don't.
packed-
I haven't eaten bologna since I was like 8.
I
You
packed
know?
my lunch for tomorrow, Anzo. It's 2 liver cheese sandwiches, a bag of chips, and a fruit cup.
2 what?
Oh.
Liver cheese,
Nasty.
delicious.
Better than bologna.
The breakfast. of
I
champions,
get
buddy.
that. I get that. Better than bologna. Anybody eating bologna, man?
Yeah.
Disgusting.
It's just a flat hot dog.
Yeah, I don't eat
Yes.
hot dogs either.
And they'll show you
Neither
hot
do
dogs.
I.
You got this place where I work at. Man, they got the best hot dogs in the state.
I will never touch another hot dog in my life.
Nope, not
You
after
better
you
not
see the
watch
video
no
with the
movies-
pink
you better not
slime.
watch no movies where they prepare food and kind of stuff. Because guess what? Everything we eat, when you see where it's coming from in some place in these restaurants, you be like, "What the hell?"
I
Is put in
watch-
my body?
I watch a lot of those shows. I have no issues with that. I just have issues with the way the hot dogs are made and what they're of. And yeah, I ain't
The pink slime. Yeah, that is not appealing.
disgusting.
Although there is a
Okay,
butcher,
guys.
there's a butcher shop down
Let's
the street here that
go
makes their own hot dogs.
Around the panel and have everybody say goodbye and give themselves one more shout out. We don't
can't
even
talk
talk
about
about
meats.
bologna and no. Why are we doing that?
Because we like talking about meats.
I like a good tuna. AQ says.
Tuna is
I
good.
had tuna casserole tonight.
Wow.
Nice. This is my supper. It's not finished yet.
That looks like swamp water you drinking.
Sure does.
God.
Probably tastes like it.
Shoot him! Shoot him!
Well, what is it? It's parsley and spinach and some berries.
God.
A little
At
bit
least
of
it ain't gator.
No. I have had that. Though.
All right. Shifty, go ahead and tell everybody about yourself.
My name is Shifty, and that's it.
Anzo.
Bigger Ford Entertainment, guys. Check out the OC tomorrow. Other than that, great show. Thanks for having me.
Not a problem. Danny.
Comment chat. Check me out on Monday nights with Chris, Anzo, and the rest of the crew. Good show. Later.
Awesome. Dandelion.
Dandelion Fluff. See you in the chat. Because
And
my chat peeps are here.
And I am Chris Knight, Real Review 3000, Hanstar YT, and of course here on Khaos Central. Guys, thank you everybody who watched. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And everybody have a good night. Peace.
Peace.
Later.
Oh, everyone.